I've been feeling burnt out. And since being home from Japan, I haven't really had time to relax, which I'm really grateful for because being busy is a really good thing as a freelancer. And I've never been the type to need or want breaks. I've always been go, go, go. But something about this period of my life, I've been craving a break, or at least getting out of the house. I was in a call this week and we briefly talked about work-life balance and how you need some form of it, understanding yourself enough to know what type of balance you need. Is it more 50-50? Is it more life, less work, or more work, less life? For the longest time, I thought I was 100% work. I know it sounds crazy, but work didn't feel like work to me for the past couple of years. Let's go, come on. When I started pursuing creative things seriously almost 2 years ago, all I wanted to do was work all the time. I was so excited, but at the time, I didn't really know anything. So even though I wanted to create all the time, I didn't really know what to do. And when I made that decision, I told myself I had a year to get my first paid gig. So I had this really big cushion to just explore and do work solely for the experience and because it was fun. There was less pressure to make something of myself compared to now. And over the past 2 years, a lot has changed, and somehow I've managed to make creating my full-time job. I don't know how I convinced anyone that I could do this, but for some odd reason, everyone believed me. Things have evidently changed, but in the past 3 weeks, the urge to step away has been so strong for me.
Why are you facing the wall like that?
I'm stuck.
Oh! Because I'm
They locked it in, they knew I was going to try and put on the apron.
so stupid. I was like, oh, I can turn the oven light on. No, I can't, because this oven doesn't work. I don't know.
People say do what you love and never work a day in your life. But reality is do what you love and work every single second of your life. When you get to do what you love, the line between work and life becomes almost invisible. Because the thing that you want to put the most energy into is your work. And what a privileged place to be able to say that I love what I do. But because I love what I do, I forget to take breaks. Rather, I think I don't need them. I have a really hard time shutting off my brain. Most days, even if I choose to not do much, I do a little bit of work. I can't step away from it, and when I do, I'm itching to get back to it. I just dropped off my friend Alex at the airport, but a ton of my creative friends were in town this week, and it was the best excuse to step away from work and get some much-needed active rest. Because sometimes it's so necessary to have this sort of peer pressure to drag me out of doing work and go do something fun solely for the experience and to recharge. And I had this book that I bought almost 3 months ago, and I was so excited to read it, but at the time I had a book that I hadn't finished yet. And so I was determined to finish the old one before I started a new one. But 3 months went by and I was having such a hard time finishing it. Something just clicked for me this week. My body just told me that I needed a break, and so for the first time in a really long time, I didn't touch my computer all day. My brain didn't turn off during that time, but what I noticed was that the creativity was flowing more than when I was doing anything else. I thought that my creativity would be turned off or diverted, but it actually helped. It simply just made work fun again, just like when I started. I realized I can't do 100% work all of the time. Life can't work that way. But in moments that are really quiet and when you give your brain a break, it actually does the opposite of what you think it would and turns on. So I finally cracked the code, or at least started for now, that some days I need to shut off so that my brain can turn on.
I don't think I can do it that way. I think I'm gonna hurt my knee. You like run into it like you're